Good morning and welcome to day 4 of this 4-day Movement Snacks Reset Challenge. So the idea is that you've been able to get some quick wins here, some good reveal and heal, that you've had some new ideas of things you can do that make you feel good, that are using your body in different ways, in different shapes, so that you can be 360 degrees strong. And the best thing about movement snacks is they're short and that you do them. So whether you take even just the breath work, whether you take the nervous system regulation part, whether you take the mobility part, in an ideal world, we take all of it and you get kind of a good 10 minutes and you can implement that into your everyday. You can sprinkle it throughout the day. I have clients who do that. So today we're going to go through some new and more ideas, because believe me, the toolkit is vast. There's no way that I can put everything into 4 days anyway. So we're going to do a new breathing technique rather than the biomechanical kind of positions and ideas to get into. Some more nervous system reset kind of work, and then we're going to look at balance, because balance is critical, it's key, and it's in all the movements you're doing, even if you're unaware of them. Because, I mean, even the act of walking is a one leg balance, 1 foot balance to another 1 foot balance. It's 1 foot balance transition, 1 foot balance transition. So some really nice, fun stuff like that. And then a nice little kind of mobility core, stomach, like get strong finisher. And also, what I wanted to do is just explain a little bit about the map system. So movement snacks, as amazing as they are, it's not enough on its own. So you're going to hear more. I'm going to send you a bonus video tomorrow about how you can tie this all together in terms of the map system. So I created the map system because you need movement snacks. You also need an age positive mindset and to have adventures, because life is short. Let's make it sweet. And when you feel strong in your body, then you will go through life feeling much, much better. The P in MAPS stands for parkour and play. So this is to really invite you to start seeing the world as a playground, to dare to be creative in everything you do, and to know that movement is always available to you, regardless of your environment, whether you're in a hotel room, whether you're in a dense urban conurbation, whether you're in the forest, whether you're in the desert, movement is always available to you. And then the S in the MAP system is really critical. And this is about strong resting. This is the art of recovery. This is where you really get to be in balance, because when we move and when we train, we break down. When we sleep and recover and give our body whole foods and good nutrition and whatever that is for you as a bio individual to your taste, believe me, there are things that can be done to really maintain that. But this lost art of recovery, of keeping your nervous system in regulation, of calm, this is the strong resting. And people fall on the extremes of the spectrum of the overtrainers who are just exuberant and feel lazy when they stop and rest, and then the people who've just been on the sofa for a while and they're exhausted, and it takes energy to change and do things differently, and to take that 1% to have a 1% day. So I'm going to send you a bonus video tomorrow all about that, but for now, let's get back into our movement snacks for today. So we're going to do box breathing. So many people may have heard of this already. And the idea of this is that you're playing with the cadence. So you're playing with the timing of the in-breath and then that pause that I mentioned yesterday that you're trying to find, definitely trying to find after the exhale. But we also, it's very soothing to be able to find it in between. So we have the in. Imagine you're drawing a box. You're going to breathe in, you're going to hold, you're going to breathe out, and you're going to hold. So find a really comfortable position for you, maybe like this, maybe lying on your back again. Whatever's good for you. It could be there, it could be there. If you're all Jedi, maybe you're here. I'm going to sit here just so I can talk and present. So first of all, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Swallow. Put your tongue on the roof of the mouth. And you can even push it up there just to kind of bring attention to that area and the tongue muscles. The tongue muscles are no one works out the tongue, or maybe they do. But even doing like lip circles with the tongue around the mouth, you'll find like, oh, that could be tiring. So you're going to swallow. Tongue should be up on the roof of the mouth, not touching the teeth. Be there. And when you swallow, like, see if your chin goes back. See if you have this kind of more upright posture. And now you're just going to start this timing. So we're going to start just with 3 seconds, but ideally we're going to build up to 5. So we'll just do a few rounds of this. So I'm going to say in 2, 3, hold 2, 3, out 2, 3, hold 2, 3. So relax, 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 relax. This is the moment where you're like, okay, it's my time. Time for me, my mind, my body. This is me. All I have to do is breathe, and I'm breathing anyway. Just breathe better. So swallow. In, 2, 3, hold 2, 3, out 2, 3, hold 2, 3, in 2, 3, hold 2, 3, out 2, 3, hold 2, 3, in 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, in 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4. In 2, 3, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5, hold 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, hold 2, 3, 4, 5. I messed up. In 2, 3, 4, 5, hold 2, 3, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5, hold 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue in your own count. For some people, it's going to be hard. For some people, you're going to feel this kind of suffocation and stress if you want to breathe. So go, if that is the case, relax, forget the timing, get your breath back to normal, start again, and build up. This is building up your resistance to CO2. And CO2 is actually what you need to build up to oxygenate your cells. Here's the thing, if you want more oxygen in your cells, you need to breathe in less oxygen. So you can do that in lots of different ways, but we also want to do that in a way that isn't going to overstress our nervous system. You want to be in that sweet spot of the good stress, not the chronic negative stress, and not the adrenal, like, for a prolonged period of time. So anyone who is interested in that, I'm an advanced oxygen advantage instructor. So I'd be very happy to talk all day long about breath drills that you can do. So set your breathing, box breathing. Cool. Now come and lie on your back. And the nervous system regulation resets are really nice. And there's something that happens when we do something called crossing the line, which is when we take our kind of mid body and we move opposite limbs. So the act of walking is a wonderful nervous system reset, because if you're like me, you walk normally, like opposite hand, opposite foot. If we see someone walking down the street and they're walking like this, you know something's off. So we can use this in lots of different ways. So come to the floor, tuck the chin, raise the legs. So this is the beginning of even that loaded breathing position. So see if you can connect to that nasal breathing, that diaphragmatic breath. Be here, bring the arms overhead. And now you're just gonna, sorry, hands up here. And now you're gonna extend opposite arm, opposite leg. It may cause a brain fart. You may be like, oh, no, no. Just slow it down. Sometimes you can just tap and then extend. So these dead bugs, apparently this is what bugs look like. Or am I a dead bug? I don't know. So you're just going to play with that. Keeping the lower back on the floor. If it's too much to have the foot flexed, relax them. Start where you're at. If you're only ready to have a 1 to 10% day, but you set yourself up for a 80, 90% day, you're not going to do well. And then you're going to get in this mindset of failure, it's not worth it. And then you end up in the downward spiral of demotivation as opposed to the science of small wins, which is where you do one thing, you close that dopamine loop in your brain where you have a task and you've completed it. You may need to make that task really tiny. So these are kind of acts of micro bravery. They're steps that you can take towards a goal, and the goal being completion, improvement, forward momentum, strength, happiness, confidence. That's what I want for you. So another way we can do that is a really nice thing called the speed skater. So you're going to go from here, opposite hand, opposite foot. So you're utilizing warming up the wrists, building this front support strength, hip mobility, bringing it up. If it's too much, maybe start here. And you can cross crawl. Ideally, see if you can go down to here, step up. And then I'm going to go out of frame, but then you take another step. Woo. And then come down. And then back. I remember the first time I tried this, my brain was like, what? Hang on. And down. So just a few of these, whether you stay here. So a kneeling cross crawl or kneeling speed skater. And if all of those feel not so great either, then just bring this up. Just doing this standing march, connecting left brain, left body, right body. We're always in that dance. We're always wanting to be connected. And then you can go behind. Do this with your mouth closed, tongue resting on the roof of your mouth, breathing in and out through the nose. So we want to get into a bit of balance work. So there was even some happening here. So to begin with, what I want you to do is test your balance, see where you're at. So don't overthink this. Just stand, body weight transfer to one foot, close your eyes, see what happens. For a lot of people, as soon as they do that, it's going to feel all over the place. Oh, very fast. Because we use our visual system to orientate, to find reference. And also people with inner ear problems may struggle with this as well. So what I want you to do, so find your foot, find your feet, find your footing, get a good footing, body weight transfer onto one side, lift the other foot, close your eyes and count. So there's an article in the UK press this week all about being able to balance on your leg for like 10 seconds, I think, but with eyes open. So I'm really interested in how you train it with your eyes closed. So if you're around 7 seconds, you have the balance of a 70-year-old. What you want is to be between, I like to get people up to a minute. When you have the balance of 1 minute on each, or I think it's 40 seconds to 1 minute, you have the balance of a 20-year-old. I want that balance. I have that balance. But here's the thing as well. So your balance is a reflection of your nervous system. Yes, there can be foot stability issues, ankle issues, all of that kind of thing as well. But let me just orientate this a little better. Cool. But the more time you get stronger there. So this is our proprioception, our connection with the ground, our foot strength. That tells our brain where our body is in space, where we know where we are. So do that a few times on each side. Find out like what's your closed eye, 1 foot balance score on each foot. And I've had clients who started off at like 4 or 5 seconds. They're now at a minute and they feel really good. And I'm really happy for them because, and also you have these other 3 limbs that you can use as a counterbalance. So be able to do that. And remember, we're a use it or lose it system. So, but on different days when you're really tired, it'll take a while to warm up your balance. So there. So how do we improve balance? So say you're like, but Julie, I'm here, and like 3 seconds, boom, I put my foot down. Or, well, I can do 10 seconds with my eyes open. Like, okay, but what is it with your eyes closed? So to train balance, to get better at balance, you need to be going out of balance. So how to get better at balance to begin with in our setup. So come back to your start point here. Give me your best posture. You know, that the really upright one, the kind of proud chest, standing tall. You're not here, you're here. Now, find something to look at. Fix your gaze on a point ahead of you. It can be slightly down. You don't want it to be here. Because remember, the head follows the eyes, the body follows the head. So the body's following the eyes, really. So look ahead, find a spot. Focus on that spot. Body weight transfer. And when you're here, soften, relax. So one of the big things that I share and talk about a lot and really believe is that the more relaxed you are, the stronger you are. We want to be able to access selective tension, but we also want to be able to let go when things aren't serving us. It's just a drain of your energy. You want to really seal these leaks, whether you're in a state of relaxation and tension, and we're always kind of in a seesaw between these two. And it's finding that right spot for different things that we're doing. So if I'm doing certain kettlebell moves, I want this really closed chain of tension, and I'm here. I don't want things to be leaking. I want everything pulling and tense. But also when I'm standing here, if I'm like, that's just making me more tired. It's not energy efficient in that move. So You found your posture. Fix your gaze. Body weight transfer. Soften. Soften the hip. Soften the knee. Soften the feet. Have the toes like not clawing. You're not in flip-flop mode. And just let them splay. Let them be there. And then when you're like this, nasal breathing. Surprise, surprise. Then close your eyes and tell your body, you know, as soon as you close your eyes, your ankle's going to go into hyperdrive. It's going to go, woo! Like, are we safe? Should we be here? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Tell yourself, like, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Keep softening. Keep softening. Keep breathing. You may find like, oh, my hip feels kind of tired. Oh, gosh, that's really straining my ankle. Okay, come down. But it's different to come down in control of your own timing than to come down out of balance. So just try the other one. So posture, breath. Fix your gaze. Body weight transfer. Soften. Soften the hip. Soften the glute. Soften the knee. Soften the toes. Breathe, relax. Then close your eyes. If you're doing this along with me, I'd say 99% of the people will find an improvement in their balance compared to their first test. And you can do this a few times during the day. Just kind of see where you can bring balance into your daily life, whether you're brushing your teeth. Oh. What I do a lot of times, if I'm say at the checkout at the waiting for the till at the shop, I just stand on one leg. When I'm in a situation where I just have to be standing somewhere, it just feels kind of boring. I'm like, instantly that just standing doing nothing became a something. Turning nothing into something is really cool. So shake out your ankles, shake out that. So our balance. So a movement snack can really be just this centering, or this to be part of it. And then we can go into some really nice balance. So a really nice balance drill is going to be this kind of hip salsa walk, but you're going to feel this really nice connection between like your tailbone. You're going to tuck your chin. You're going to hinge forward, bend down. And you're just going to walk like one foot in front of the other. And you're going to see. And then you're going to put one hand down. So just get used to this kind of bend. Get comfy there. And then you're going to go opposite hand. Ooh. Opposite foot. So you're basically creating this kind of imaginary tight rope that's on the floor. And you're going to feel it's really challenging. It looks like nothing, but it should feel good. If that feels too much, you're just going to come into this position and bend. Have the elbows like this. Tuck the chin. And you're going to just bend one knee and push the other one out to the side. And with the feet together, you have this smaller base of support. And when you're here, really tuck the chin. And you'll feel a really nice opening. So we went from the marching to this. This should feel really nice. And you're working your balance. So we did dead bugs, walking, static balance holds, just getting used to this fold. Can you walk there? If you need to have a space between, start there. And then you can also do this kind of nice move. When you're working all these little things in your feet, your ankles, toes, and you're getting used to this letting go of tension, this feeling of that. So we're going to come back to standing. And this is one of the best moves that you can use. And we've kind of been doing half of it in the previous days anyway. So we're going to do some tripod transitions. So you're going to stand up here, legs wide apart. You can take your right hand. So we're imagining your human tripod now. 1, 2, 3. So if right palm, you're going to bend over, place your right hand down. My right hand's down. My right leg, so same side, it's same hand, same leg, is now going to come through. Then I'm going to push up. We've done that already this week. And bring it back and stand up. Check. Frame so you guys see me. Okay. Cool. You're here. Then forward. Same side. Same hand, same foot. Come through. Push up. Keeping that space between the ear and the shoulder. And come up. Now play with the other side. And down. Leg through. Push up. Leg back. So this move now, you can play with that. If you feel good, don't put the putt on the ground. Only go to here. And come back. Down. And come back. And up. Down. And then you can go forward. Put it back. And then you can also go back. You can go forward and back. That's that move. I'm going to go through the whole kind of 10-minute recipe. And then the last move you're going to do is going to be butt circles and butt walks. You say, what? That sounds weird. So come back down to the floor. Sit up nice and tall. And from here, you're going to walk yourself forward. And then walk yourself back. And then we're going to add in a little circle. So you're then going to come up here. And then just using your butt. These are sneaky hard. You're going to go one way. And the dog's not in the way. And then you're going to come the other way. You're going to be going like, Judy, my core really hurts. This is really demanding. It's like, yeah, all those abs and crunches. Stop it. Stop it. No good. No bueno. So I'm going to tie that all together now. So a minute of box breathing. Then dead bugs. Then cross crawls. Kneeling speed skater. Then we're going to go to standing balance, tripod transitions, ending with butt circles. So these movement snacks you can bring together. They're part of the MAP system. I'm excited to tell you more tomorrow because it's really how it all comes together is where the magic lies. This is where you want to have all these movements, but then like know how to do them and how to bring them in. And this is how I work with clients. So are you ready? I'm going to try and keep my eye on the timer to give you a nice 10 minutes to be able to follow along with here. So first of all, let's start. Get in a nice, comfortable position. Clear your nostrils if you need to. Swallow, tongue on the roof of the mouth. We're going to begin a nice, let's go for 4 seconds to gently introduce it. Box breathing. So there you go. Day 4, I think, yeah, I did that kind of time estimate. So some of these moves in their own independence don't look particularly demanding. But here's the thing, a lot of this stuff can be really sneaky hard, and it really depends on where you're at in your journey. And also, your journey could overall be great, but maybe you're not having a great day. Maybe you didn't sleep well, maybe you didn't eat well, maybe you're emotionally stressed, nutritionally stressed. Our body only knows or only has one type of cortisol. So when we can't, our energy in, energy out, when we can't meet the demands of our day, we feel that. And it doesn't matter whether that's emotional, financial, physical, nutritional, astrological, whatever it is for you. So thank you for the 4 days. It's not over because tomorrow's a bonus. So check your emails. There will be good things happening later. And I would really like to invite you to jump on a call with me so that I can tell you individually a little bit more about some of these things. I want to hear where you're at and what could be the next best step for you. Where are you at? How did you find these moves? How are you feeling? How's your body? How did you feel after each one? Because each day has its own kind of ideas. And like I say, I could put 1,000 different movements online, but how to piece them together, and how do you know what's right for you when in terms of your own goals of you getting from A to B. So I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. And I will be in your emails later today. Have a good one. Thank you. Bye bye.